Hi, Alan Stratton from Woodturning. Recently, a friend of mine asked me a question about a particular scoop style that he was trying to turn, and I looked back in my archives and realized that it's been quite a while since I've actually done a scoop or a ladle. I actually did a search on the computer and there's a wide variety of different scoops or ladles that can be turned. So, okay, it's time for me to update my process, and see what I've learned in the past few years and see if I can do a better job. So here is one. This is out of pear. It's a single piece little scoop. The handle here is offset from the center, so it gives a little bit more height to the scoop, but it could be as easily be turned completely on center. Well, more easily turned completely on center, but the offset does give it just a little bit of a lift. So I think I will update my scoops and ladles now over the next couple of months. So stay tuned. Here's one. Let's go. This wood is ornamental pear. When it was fresh and wet, I turned it into a cylinder and sealed it. After 3 years, it is now well dried. It is small enough that I can simply hold it directly in my chuck jaws. However, I do not trust this to be very secure, so my first task is to cut a new tenon for a new mount. With the wood securely mounted, I can trim the end and the sides of the cylinder. I chose to drill out most of the hollow. I will do this in stages. First, a larger twist drill, followed by a medium Forstner bit, and finished with a final Forstner bit. Despite the additional bit changes, it is actually quicker than drilling a large hole all at once. That leaves, however, ledges at the bottom. I smooth them out with a box scraper and a round nose scraper. Once nicely rounded, I sand and apply mineral oil and beeswax mix, since someone may use this for food preparation. With the hollow finished, I turn a plug to fit the opening for great support from the live center while I shape the exterior. It does not take long before I discard the spindle gouge in favor of a skew for a smoother surface. After rechecking the interior depth, I transfer the mark to the exterior so the interior does not get larger than the exterior. After a bit of shaping for the round bottom, I switch to sanding the scoop portion and apply more beeswax and mineral oil. Now I remount between centers but offset the axis a little over a 1/4 inch. To reinforce the thinner scoop, I use a bend clamp at the end and over my plug. Now for a bit of multi-axis turning, focusing on the handle. The toughest part to get right is the interface between the scoop and the handle. After a bit of a catch, I have to readjust the plug and remount the scoop. Fortunately, it is close enough and thick enough to finish the handle. This is skew territory. Now to sand and apply oil beeswax to the handle. The only way I figure to safely cut the scoop on the bandsaw is to clamp the handle to prevent rotation and keep my hands out of the way. I trace my target line on the masking tape. A brief trip to the disc sander refines the curve. A final sanding with a small pad at the lathe finishes the edge, followed by more beeswax and mineral oil. I appreciate this mix blending well with previously finished wood. The scoop has a nice heft and feel. I juiced the scoop with the second axis. It could have more easily been turned with a single axis, depending on the turner's desires. I think I will explore more variations of scoops in future videos. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe on my website, and tell your friends about my videos. I appreciate your comments and questions. Every week I add a new wood turning video to my website. Always, please wear your full face shield anytime the lathe is running. A face shield saved my life. It can save yours, but only if you are wearing it. If you do, I will see you again next week.